Yahoo Sports is using Angel Reese's name for clicks again. We're doing this again. So here it is. They're using Ice Young's quote, "If you're a professional and you want us to treat you like a professional, be a professional and do the exit interview." That is what she said. Mind you, she didn't say Angel do the exit interview. Also, in the rest, right here at the bottom, it doesn't say she's talking specifically about Angel. But she said on the trend, it says on the trend of WNBA players skipping exit interviews. Not Angel, but who do they use as the face of it? Angel Reese. Because this is what Yahoo Sports does. I made a video about this. Let's go to the video. I made a video about Yahoo Sports before, and that's probably where a lot of you guys first seen me. Here it is.
It started with this picture of a quote. Even Yahoo Sports got in on the Angel Reese hate train this week. It started with this picture of a quote. That's not even a quote. It doesn't even say it's quoted from anywhere. This picture did millions of views all over every platform. This page posted it twice. Her biggest hater on YouTube even had to come out and say that was a fake quote. She never said this. Not in this context. She didn't say this. She said, "I need to get in those meetings because I am hearing."
I gotta get in the meetings because I'm hearing like, yeah, they don't give us, if y'all don't give us what we want, like, we sit out.
That's a possibility.
It got so bad that she finally had to respond to all that fake news that's out there. Crazy part is this page took the original post down and then reposted the same quote again. Why is this girl hated so much? This hate can't come from a hand gesture she made when she was like 19 or 20. Even if that was the case, she said it was get back from what happened to Haley a couple days before. You know they were friends. It can't be about her game. Even this fake picture shows a possession where she had the ball for 4 seconds. She may attempt it 2 or 3 times.
All right, so you get the gist of it. Yahoo has been on this vibe with Angel for a while. It's kind of nasty. And the funny part about this is there's so many players, even within Chicago. Ariel Atkins didn't do an exit interview. Courtney Vandersloot didn't do an exit interview. Atlanta Dream did not do an exit interview. New York Liberty, who just fired their coach. You could make that a big thing. New York Liberty fires their coach and nobody does an extra interview. That is a big story too. But what does Yahoo Sports do? They use Angel. Typical. This is just, they use Angel. But then everybody will discredit Angel and say, oh, she's not the face of the league. She's not a big star. She's a nobody. Bruh, Yahoo just uses her for clicks. And it's a shame because, like I said, there's plenty of players and organizations that refused to do the exit interviews. Now, the thing about Angel is we don't know if this was her call. Actually, we have more hints that it wasn't her call and it was the organization because the other 2 players did not do exit interviews. So it would be one thing if Courtney and if Ariel did their interviews and Angel just refused to do one, but the other 2 didn't do it either, which gives you the idea that this probably came from the top and not the player saying none of us are doing this. The organization, just like New York did and just like Atlanta did, they probably came up with the decision that we don't want them to do it. Yes, we came out and said they'll do it at a later time, but maybe they felt like the smoke had blown over and they don't want to reignite stuff, or Chicago don't have a place for you to go do your exit interviews. Maybe that's the thing. Maybe they didn't want to make them go to your local YMCA. Maybe they didn't want to rent out some foldable tables and chairs for an exit interview. We know how Chicago is. So that could be the case too. So we just don't know. But what I do know is people just use this girl for clicks and views. Like I said, the bigger story now, the Angel Reese and Chicago thing happened, what, 2 weeks ago? The bigger story now is New York won the championship last year and they let go of their coach. That could be the face of, wow, what is New York hiding? The Mercury ownership just said if you work for this organization, you have to sign an NDA to where you can't come back and sue us. Like, there's so much stuff you could be talking about. I think they did do their exit interviews, but still, there's so much more. So many other people that could be the face of this. Ryan Howard could be the face of this. Sabrina could be the face of this. But no, they use Angel because, what? She's going to draw the views. But 2, they want to tear her down and make her look bad. That's what this is about. This isn't just about views. They know if we can make her look bad, if we can make her, again, everybody got mad at her for saying, like, I'll just take on the villain role, because this is what everybody does to her. And they did it before she could say it. So she got support where she's like, hands up, I'm just the big bad villain. At least let me stop fighting it. You guys are just throwing this at me, because she didn't do nothing. If the organization said we're not doing meetings, the exit interview, what is she to do? Why is she the face of this? Oh, because what she said Guess what? Jeff P did an exit interview and he said this exact same thing Angel Reese said. Exact same thing. We can't rely on Courtney to come back from an injury to lead our team. We need to go get other talent. Well, what do you know? Same thing. So what she said couldn't have been the worst thing that they don't want to do exit interviews, because he got on the exit interview and said the same thing. Am I crazy? Am I missing something? Also, I'm ranting. Also, I will have to find it. Also, this is Sarah Spain, and she had Annie Costabal on her podcast, and they got into the Angel Reese conversation. And of course, she was saying Angel Reese said that Chicago Sky only had 2 players worth keeping. That's what Spain said. Angel Reese Chicago only has 2 players worth keeping, is what she said Angel Reese said. And us as fans went online and let her know Angel never said that. Angel said there's only 2 people that are guaranteed to be here because of their contractual agreements, is what you should be able to report. You should be able to pick that apart easily. Camilla and Angel have the contracts. Everybody else will be a free agent. I'm not sure about Haley and Maddie. It gets a little weird when you're still a rookie. A lot of rookies before the last 2 or 3 years, they just go away. They just gone. So, but we know Angel and Miller is there, and that's all Angel was saying. She took it completely out of context because lots of them only read Annie Costabal, who was on that podcast, her hit piece. Her piece that she put out about the things Angel Reese said. And Annie added so many words, so many narratives to what Angel Reese said, when we all could have just read Angel Reese's words and got the right context of what she was saying. But Annie, being Annie, she went and made up this big old extravagant thing about that. And now you have people like Sarah that is assuming what she heard Annie say was what Angel actually said. And now she had to be addressed by Angel's fans. And so she came out and apologized. I respect that. She apologized and said the way she framed it muddied the opinions. I forget all her words, but she did come out and apologize and said she handled that wrong and appreciated people correcting her. But again, that just goes to, we know people want to just tear down Angel because what is good for clicks and is good for whatever weird obsessive narrative these people have. And they want to see this girl fail. We see her shoes, bruh. It's a million videos right now saying Reebok lost $12 million and Angel only sold 250 pair of shoes. If you could put it in Google, and Google will say that is not right. This was made up on Facebook, something like that. Like, for what? Who sits around and just does this stuff? No, it's not the Caitlyn versus Angel drama of what happens on the court. No, it's not it, bro. Caitlyn, they just announced Caitlyn's merch for her logo drop. I guarantee you're not going to go under the comments and see Angel's shoes were better than Caitlyn's logo. Angel did it. You're not going to see that. You're not going to see I'm big on X when it comes to things about Angel. I'm not going under there to say, oh, she's copying Angel. Oh, she did this just because Angel dropped last week. You don't see that kind of stuff. Like, it's just weird at this point, the way people want to bash and tear this girl down. And she don't do nothing. Guess what? You're upset about what happened in her locker room. That bothers you. Well, guess what? Have you heard stories about Kobe? Have you heard stories about Jordan? Did you see Asia Wilson get on the podium and call out the whole team, the organization, tell them don't get back on the plane if you're not ready to go for real? And guess what the team did? Responded, and they went on a 16-game winning streak. Stewie recently this year came out and said something about how the team was playing. I just seen a video of Stewie doing an interview saying she wasn't a fan of the offense, the 5-out offense that the team was running. She said this stuff. Nobody batted an eye, but when it's Angel, we go crazy. I'm AJ. This is my mic. Peace.